Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne Moore, realtor in beautiful sunny Bend, Oregon, and sometimes other places, and the founder of the Central Oregon Investor Network, which brings together investors not only from Central Oregon but from all over the country to learn from one another, share resources, and make more passive income from real estate investments. Today, we are talking about July 2026 market stats, and here is the headline, folks. July was a snooze fest. Sorry to tell you that. Everyone agrees, all of our colleagues, lenders, realtors in Bend and beyond, July was nothing. These phones not ringing. Most buyers were out doing fun summer things, and then we had some pretty big fires in the Sisters area. And that obviously pulled a lot of people's attention away from real estate for a bit. So we did see a drop in sales volume, days on market climbed, and overall it just felt pretty quiet. So the numbers, here are the numbers. Median sale price in Bend for single family homes in July 2026, $780,000. That is up 7% from last month and down 2.5% from last year. 187 homes sold in Bend in July. That is down from last month, but up from last year. Days on market is almost 4 weeks, 27 days. So last month was 18 days, so definitely a sharp increase, 9 more days than last month, and it's even higher than it was last year, which was 21 days. So definitely seeing July with longer days on market, just again as people are doing other stuff. You know, it's the middle of summer, everyone's on vacation. People are coming to Bend, but they're coming on vacation, and sometimes we can get them to look at houses during that point. So price per square foot, not a meaningful change from last month or last year. So as I said, our phones were not blowing up during July with buyers, but guess who was calling us? Sellers in Sisters. Big surprise, right? A few people are ready to sell. They just don't want to deal with the homeowner's insurance anymore. But here is the really interesting thing about the market right now, you guys. Overall, the market felt pretty tame, but the right house is still insanely competitive. And I will tell you how insanely competitive, because we competed for our buyers against 12 other offers on one property, multiple offers, over asking cash, and it was pretty brutal. And sad to say, our buyers didn't get it, but they found something better. So homes that are creating that kind of frenzy tend to have things that buyers really want right now, which is great location, walkable, turnkey, modern interiors, and good deal pricing. This house particularly was priced under $1 million. Did it go for over $1 million? Oh, you bet it did. And probably for like 1.1. So that's what happens. Like, that is where you're getting buyers engaged and getting more offers over asking price, and really getting to that price that a seller ideally wants to see, which in that case was a 7-figure offer. So clearly there is still a lot of pent-up demand for particular properties, but basically everything else, buyers have serious leverage and negotiating power. And just as an example, we sent out 2 offers in the last 2 weeks with under asking, and asking sellers for $35,000 in seller credits to the buyer, and we got them accepted. Like, sellers got to sell, and they're willing to help our buyers buy down their rates or cover their closing costs, whatever it might be. So buyers, this is your time to negotiate and flex your muscle in that way. And don't assume that list price is the list price. And don't assume that you can't ask for credits, because clearly you can, and you can ask for 5 digits of credits. And yeah, just don't assume that the seller holds all the cards, because right now you buyers do have a lot of leverage. But you also need to have a realtor who can advocate aggressively but respectfully without making the other side upset or disengaging. Because getting a great deal still requires getting the seller to actually accept or even counter your offer. So that engagement is really important, and having skilled negotiators on your side can help a lot. So what does all this market stats mean? Well, July was slow, but buyers are still on the hunt for good deals in Bend. People were traveling, they were enjoying summer, dealing with fires. That's just part of our life here in Bend now. And generally doing other things besides touring houses, except for that one house that got all the offers. But I will still say, like, prices are still pretty resilient. Like $780, we're not down that much from the peak of the market, which was April 25. So the median home price jumped back up to $780. We're about 6.25% below the previous market peak of $820. And price per square foot is actually slightly higher than it was a year ago. So it's a very property specific market. A great house plus a great location plus great pricing gives you competition. No joke. Everything else, you've got opportunity to negotiate. So if you are curious what we think will happen in August 2026, hit us up. We have lots of predictions. We look at the data day in and day out, and we are here to tell you how it is and give you the real deal. So thank you so much for joining us on the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. We will be back at you this time next month to let you know what happened in August 2026. Thanks so much.